Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make a video today about mass production, and is mass production ruining our lives? Something I've made videos on before is, how people complain about Amazon, but then they shop there and they allow them to have this monopoly. And I really was thinking about this more on a bigger level, that really mass production, it takes the average person out of the game. Because once you start dealing with mass production, you are getting mass production because you're putting a lot of money into it, right? You're like, I've got all this investment, so that means I can get each individual thing for super cheap. And that's really the whole thing with mass production. And your average person, your average creator, seller, person that makes things, produces things, can't do that. Even your medium business can't compete. So when we buy these things that seem very, very, very cheap from these companies, not only are they probably exploiting their workforce and exploiting the people that are providing them with the basis for these designs, or actually making the designs for them, they're just cutting so many smaller people out of the game. Because people can't compete. No smaller clothes designer can possibly compete with mass production. No small anyone can do it. And with plants, I love my plants and I love propagating them and I love growing them. Here's one I bought today. I love it. It's a little carnivorous plant. And I got one of these little nerve sensitive plants, where you touch them and all the leaves fold up. And the thing is, if I'm a small plant grower and I own a garden centre, this plant, I grow it and I divide it and I propagate it, or I cut the stems off and the leaves off, and that's how I grow my plants. However, when people mass produce these plants, they have massive warehouses and they do what's called tissue culture, and they take just a few little cultures from a leaf or a stem, and then they can grow thousands of plants from that one leaf. So they basically put all of the plant growers out of the game. Those people can't compete price-wise. The only way they can really compete is by offering plants that are not basically available in the supermarket, because most of the plants you see in the supermarket are tissue culture plants. So they're plants that have just been grown thousands and thousands and thousands from a tiny, tiny little stem or leaf of the mother plant. And we are going to get to a point soon, I believe, where we're just giving so much power to a few rich people that can produce things so cheap, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, but it's cheaper here, so I'm going to get it here. Why would I pay more when I can get it here? And in the future, we might not like what that creates. And I do think we're all individually responsible. We do have power as people. The power we have is with our wallets, with our purses, with our money. That is the only power we really have, is what we pay for. And I do think as a society, we need to start thinking about who we give our money to. Do we like their values? Do we like their ethics? Do we like their morals? If not, maybe we can pay a little bit more to get it elsewhere before that gap becomes so wide that it's no longer a choice, because those people have to charge so much to do their smaller things, in compared to these people, that the gap has just grown beyond something that you can justify. Whereas I think if we catch it early enough and we support smaller businesses and people that are actually doing things with their hands, we still have time to stop this from progressing to the point of no return, in my opinion. And I just think with everything you buy and everything that you, even online, there's smaller companies that sell online if you don't want to go out to physical shops. But will we be sad if there's no physical shops? I think I would be. I don't even go shopping that much, but I sort of feel this onus on me recently that I need to go and buy more from shops, because I think I might be sad if one day there's just no shops at all and every single thing is on the internet. And I also will be sad if there's only Amazon in existence, Amazon and Temu, and no other competitors, because they've just been priced out. And I think we all have to really sit with that and take individual responsibility. Are we okay with what we're funding and monetizing? Are we okay with the potential future that that's going to bring, where they are the only people that can really survive in the market, and we're all completely beholden? Because the problem then is that we then become beholden to their terms and conditions, which can be anything. Because if that's the only place people are going to buy things, their terms and conditions can be so unreasonable, and people are still going to sign up to them. And they're going to be the only people offering jobs. So it doesn't matter how bad the job terms and conditions are, if that's the only job, then people are going to have to take it. And I think it's just, we've got that time now to nip this in the bud and to start making decisions on smaller independent people and businesses, even middle range businesses, to stop this complete monopoly of these very, very cheap, Amazon isn't actually cheap. What I've noticed with Amazon is that they used to be cheap, and I know their delivery is cheap, but they often, if you check out the prices of their things on independent sellers, they're often now more expensive on Amazon, because I think they've got people now, they've got them hooked in, so they can actually just put their prices up and people don't seem to notice. But if you actually look around, you'll find that they're not even that cheap anymore on many things, but the word is convenient. They're convenient. Are we willing to sacrifice a little bit of convenience and a little bit of money at this point in time to keep the game even and to not allow just 2 or 3 companies to get so much control? Now is the time, I believe, that we can make decisions and we can actually change the way the world is going. So I just wanted to put this video out there, and I hope everyone's well, and I'll speak soon. Bye bye.